Sometimes slowing down is the best idea. Taking a break from hardcore survivals and just chilling out somewhere nice and peaceful.
Wild tomatoes. I got tomatoes. Am I gonna plant them? I'm gonna plant them 100%. I already got the seeds.
That's why me and my wife decided to spend 100 days in Homestead, a Minecraft modpack known for the coziness and laid-back gameplay.
Yeah, how about your farm just blew up?
Why?
Our goals are simple. Settle down somewhere nice, learn how to build stuff we haven't built before, and push ourselves to finally try out the most famous automation mod in existence.
Something about gathering the glowstone and just being like, my base now have glowing rocks in it.
Makes you kinda like excited, weak in your knees.
What do you mean?
This is our 100 days in Minecraft Homestead. We spawned in a lush redwood forest. The only small problem being that instead of landing on the ground, we appeared right atop the treetops.
What?
It's so nice.
What's nice?
I don't know. It's just like on top of trees. Wait, you're not on top of the tree.
I am.
I'm trying to get down. Hi. Oh my god, you look like a baby.
What do you mean? I don't look.
Look.
Yo, I can see your
nice.
thingy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Show me again. You move your items around in the thingy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played some modded Minecraft, but the stuff that people put in this game always surprises me. We have a whole hologram-like view of each other's inventories. So we came down from the trees, some faster than others. And look, we started with something called a golden leaf in our inventory, which renders us almost invincible from the infinite regeneration buffs, which was fine for now, but we did get rid of it quite soon after. But apart from that, we have some more typical things, like guidebooks for the mods included in Homestead. For now though, we focus on gathering materials. We have a long way to go before we find that perfect spot to settle down, so everything will come in useful.
I have found some mushroom.
I'm gonna make me mushroom soup.
Maybe.
Whoa!
Why were we punching wood?
Oh, I made the bed.
You already have the bed?
Yeah, it's the panda bed. I think it depends on the dye. Don't drop it on me.
Why does it look so good?
Looks very cozy.
Oh, it's
It's one of those.
yeah, one of those. Ah,
What is that light there? Do you see?
yeah.
Let's go there.
So we found this little lava pool in the middle of a forest, but since we only had one bed, we couldn't really sleep here.
Okay, let's just go travel then. What's podzol?
It's like a forest dirt.
Your forest dirt.
Instead, we decided to travel by boat and explore the area a bit. But yeah, since it was night, we were mostly drawn to light sources, like two weird-looking moths. So we docked in the Amaranth grassland biome and then made our way to that lava pool at the very top. And like enough, along the way we found some more sheep for the second bed. So we politely asked them to undress. And after all that, we finally could get some proper sleep.
Stop snoring. Stop. Hey, stop it. It's distracting.
And in the morning, we fought off some morning zombies, because that's what you do, and avoided dangers through great communication.
Well,
what I mean?
I see meat in front of us. I mean, cows.
Creeper?
Thanks. It's very on time.
But yeah, while we had a lot of wood and whatnot, we were kind of starving.
Can I eat raw meat? Is it gonna hurt
That was
me?
my belly. I was like, who is this monster?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're starving, no?
So while I stuck to mining stone for some basic utilities, my wife focused mostly on the food side of things to keep us alive. And that will be a trend she'll follow for most of the playthrough.
Wild tomatoes. I got tomatoes. Am I gonna plant them? I'm gonna plant them 100%. I already got the seeds. You! What?
What is attacking you?
Crust. What? What is that? Cassowary meat. Who's Cassowary?
And yeah, since the regeneration items seemed a bit too powerful, we decided to consume them fully. Nothing wrong with having infinite regen, but that was making things a bit too easy. And after that we set up a small camp on the hill here, and cooked all the food we now had. Should be enough for some more traveling the next day, since we really need a proper place to stay.
Stop taking the meat if you're not hungry.
I am. Okay, it's a beautiful new day. Let's go right into the Badlands. Let's see what's here. You know what? I want just like a regular normal cozy biome where we can just settle, build a little house. I don't think you can do your farming here, to be honest. You're going a completely different direction, by the way.
Cactuses.
Cacti.
I'm gonna definitely need them later. And I'm gonna regret not picking them up, so I'm just gonna pick them up. What?
That's crazy. It's like
Even
trees,
cacti.
no?
Yep.
Cacti. We have to go. Is that a... What is that?
I was eating meat.
Not you. This. What is this?
Blockstone.
Blackstone.
Chili pepper. I got chili pepper. And you say that we cannot farm here. There's chili pepper. I'm gonna make pizza. I'm gonna build my own pizzeria. Chickens. I mean ducklings.
Same thing, different shapes.
So after a while of traveling west, we decided to cross this huge mountain range. Apparently, some better and cozier biomes are on the other side, so we had to somehow climb through this mess. And while we did get to the top quite easily, we did not expect to see so much ore here. There was everything, just sitting here in the open. Iron and lots of coal, even emeralds. Whatever you need basically this early on. So settling down somewhere near this mountain biome would definitely be very smart, since coming back here would be extremely useful later whenever we need some materials. And believe me, those mountains will play a crucial role several times for us later. But since it was already getting dark, we quickly took a little mountain nap. Because in the morning we had to make our way down now, with pockets full of iron and coal. We did manage to hit a small ruin here too, just to make sure we did not miss anything important.
I got a bowl and some mushrooms.
I have 5 strings.
I'm gonna give you my strings, so we're gonna make backpacks later. What do you say?
But yeah, coming down from the mountains, we immediately spotted a great place to call home, Cypress Fields. A clearly Mediterranean biome with cypress trees, lakes and an entire warm and cozy vibe to it. Exactly what we were looking for this entire time basically. So we set up a small camp here, of course with chests and all the utilities, so we are able to slowly unpack and prepare to build.
We have some good supplies actually.
Yep.
For the first 5 days is a lot. Another beautiful day. Ah! What do we do?
I have a present for you.
Yeah? Thank you. You're keeping me alive, literally.
Look at me. You look like you're naked. But with armor.
These are just my legs, okay? These are my pants, man.
Here you go.
I'm gonna put them on now.
Nice. Finally.
And after all that, I started preparing the area here for some proper building. I needed to at least partially remove this small hill behind our camp, since it obstructs a lot of space, and since carrying a couple of tons of raw stone in my pockets can be a bit cumbersome, my wife actually made us backpacks using the strings and iron we found in the ruins.
And guess what color is mine?
It's a pink, probably.
Perhaps.
So yeah, when I got tired, my wife did help a bit with the excavations. It is technically a two-man job, but since she's not a man, I let her handle a lot of it on her own. But having food is also something that usually helps with not dying of hunger. So she did also make sure to start a small farm around the lake here. We do need to start stocking up slowly. And after all that, while exploring some crafting options in this modpack, I stumbled upon something called an excavator. And as the name suggests, it turned out to be just what I needed for the hill removal operation.
Whoa.
That is so much faster. Why did I even bother with the shovel?
but it only removes dirt in a 3x3 pattern, so going off of a hunch I decided to look into something similar but for stone, and sure enough, we have an ancient tool known as hammer. Basically works the same as the excavator but with stone, making my job extremely easy and painless. Didn't even mind working in the rain, especially with all the visual effects and stuff that made this whole thing much more interesting to look at than usual. After enough of that hill was removed, I put dirt everywhere to make it look as natural as it gets. Well, can't tell the difference? I don't blame you. Was the dirt, was that dirt here placed by me? Maybe it was generated, you'll never know. And well, after all this work, it was enough to make this whole area more or less manageable. And just if you were wondering, while I was literally removing mountains, my wife planted some berries. Apparently she's fully devoting herself to making wine in the future, alongside with some spaghetti stuff. So her preparations are quite a bit different to mine. And while I was watching some building tutorials and guides, since in my defense, I actually wanted to learn how to build better in Minecraft. Italian house. Oh my god, it's so cool. My wife spent some time exploring the local area. What are you doing? Tame an animal?
Turn around.
Oh! I leave, you leave for a split second while I'm learning how to build a house and you just bring a horse?
Yes.
Well, better to have one than not have one. After that, I finally started to build something, mostly so we're not homeless forever. I decided to follow a guide for building an Italian-inspired house, and I will be using that as a base, since most blocks will be different, and I will be decorating most of this with my own style in mind. So I made some bricks out of the kaolin stone I got from the hill removal, and started building the overall shapes of our future Italian-themed house. I combined it with redwood planks, since, you know, we had a ton of redwood after cutting those huge trees at the beginning. And overall, the colors seemed to work quite nicely together too. And yeah, I started building the walls. I guess it's going to be two separate buildings, technically. I never was much of a builder, especially in Minecraft, but this time I really wanted this house to be more than just a bunch of blocks thrown together. And yeah, my wife fully embraced her cook side of things. She's fully planning on opening a restaurant, so she's slowly stocking up on all kinds of materials and ingredients. She even brought some of the equipment that she crafted inside our yet to be finished house to experiment with some cool recipes. And yeah, I didn't manage to finish the second floor yet, so turns out that we'll have to sleep in the kitchen for now. And since we were already running out of blocks to build the house with, I actually started actively mining local kaolin and terracotta. I wanted the second floor to be made out of a different material, so I crafted a bunch of terracotta bricks and laid them out as walls directly connected to the kaolin bricks from the top. But yeah, no, that doesn't look very good. So instead I used raw kaolin for that smooth and nice texture, or lack of texture rather. And during all that, my wife was actually cooking all kinds of new things for me. Oh, what did you make? Simple tomato soup. We don't even have a house yet. How did you make that already?
I have secrets.
And yeah, that's when I realized that she has a whole freaking kitchen already set up here at the bottom floor. Nice. And yeah, the next days were the roof days, which turned out to be quite difficult to build for my smooth brain.
Yep.
Is the roof like fine?
Looks pretty, yeah.
Okay. And while I was struggling with that, my wife already made some animal pens and captured the first cow. Something about cheese making. And while the cheese is important, I was already adding the last touches to the house. Like signs pretending to be wooden beams. And voila! The house is ready for service, and it looks mighty Mediterranean, I think. And while the outside of the house looks nice and cozy, we still need to work on the inside. But that I left to my wife, since she's much more interested in furnishing than actually building, at least for now. And since we're on the topic of my wife, she caught and imprisoned more animals, and apparently they can breed automatically, thanks to the troughs filled with food. No need for manual feeding. But apart from the animal products that she was now producing, she also had a small mushroom farm hidden away in the local abandoned mineshaft. Neither of us was really sure how to efficiently farm mushrooms or what it takes for them to even grow, but we assumed that the darkness of this room will do the trick. Especially that she needs a lot of them, apparently to make a cheese bucket out of mushrooms. But what caught my attention the most is how many recipes actually can use the create mode, the automation mode that blew up quite a bit after I pretty much stopped playing Minecraft, so I never really used it before. So that kind of spiked my curiosity to finally give it a go. Some say this is the best Minecraft mod to ever be created, and I really wanted to finally see it for myself. So that kind of prompted me to start going through the questlines in Homestead and see where to best start with create for people who know next to nothing. And of course I also claimed all the rewards I unlocked by accident so far, some more interesting than others, of course.
I have a camera. I have your photo.
I can see it in your hand. Yeah, I can see you looking at it. Oh my goodness.
That is crazy. Can I put it on like a frame? You probably can put it on a frame, right?
And after all that messing around with the cameras mode, I finally figured out how to get to the actual meat and bones of Create. And that's through the inbuilt guide called Ponder. And here, through absolutely great visual tutorials, I quickly learned that I might just be a bit too dumb for Create, but that didn't stop me.
Yo, you can do like Factorio style belts.
Oh, you can like make it like a better version of it as well.
Especially that we have a whole quest book fully devoted to the Create mod and all its inner workings and relations to other mods, which of course intrigued me even further, since now I have a more or less clear idea where to start. And apparently the first step of doing anything Create related is to craft a bunch of andesite alloys, which is just some andesite combined with iron nuggets. So let's start with iron ore, and the easiest place to find it? Well, in the mountains we crossed last time. So I made my way there, slowly climbing the cliffs. I decided to spend as much time here as necessary, mining whatever needs to be mined, sleeping whenever needing sleep, and fighting for my dear life whenever life in danger. Oh! And after some time I had more or less enough iron to at least start me up on all that Create goodness. But yeah, I did not see any andesite anywhere here, so that's a problem. So I killed a bunch of mountain sheep out of spite and traveled into the lower biomes to find any cave that is cavey enough for andesite. And after a way too long search operation, I actually managed to spot andesite right at the cave ceiling there.
Is that andesite? I think this is andesite, because it's like swirly. Okay, I have to get there.
So I built a little bridge out of random blocks and managed to get my hands on the precious andesite. Never thought I would be having a whole search for it in Minecraft ever, but I guess it's pretty important in Create. So I spend most of my time now deep in the caves, getting as much andesite as possible, but also zinc. No idea what zinc is for as of yet, but it's also Create related, so why not grab it too? And after I had enough resources, I started slowly making my way up, and well, hit an unexpected roadblock.
Huh? I entered some frozen underground thing.
I ended up in an abandoned mineshaft, but this one was frozen solid. I explored a bit and stumbled upon a spawner, and since I don't really intend on making any XP farms, or at least I don't think I will, I destroyed it straight away for free XP. And yeah, some lapis and some loot won't hurt either, as boons of the expedition. So I made my way out, and started slowly making my way back home. So I guess I should have enough andesite. At least for now. And while I was gone, my wife managed to furnish some parts of the house, so of course she had to show me all the new furniture that she crafted.
No, this is really nice stuff. And they're functional as well.
Yep, and you can see.
Yeah. Can you open it? Wow.
So yeah, our first floor bedroom is definitely looking much better, and so is the kitchen area, filled to the brim with useful cooking blocks, counters, pots and stuff. So I guess the house is indeed slowly turning out pretty fine. Next day I started smelting all the iron I gathered from the expedition, all while my wife began her work on yet another room, this time the storage unit. She brought some chests and I guess we'll finally have some space to put all our stuff into. And well, we'll need it, since I am now ready to make some andesite alloys, and there's a bunch of stuff we can make with it. So I started with the essentials. I made some andesite shafts and then andesite casings, which are actually made through in-world interaction of smashing the alloys on stripped logs, which kind of surprised me actually. And that opened up a whole world of new things I can make, or maybe create. So, the first thing I created was a millstone, since it seemed like a pretty straightforward automation block for grinding things into smaller things. But first I had to figure out how power works in the create mod. Okay, it doesn't work this way either. So that's gonna be 1,000 days of me learning create. That works. That seems to work, I think. Perfect. My first contraption. Well, we start small, I guess, but the hand crank uses my input to make energy, and I need something more automated. So I stole a chest from my wife's farm to grow my factory even further. Ooh, we can have water wheel. Oh my god, that's how you do it? And the water wheel does sound a bit more automatic than a freaking hand crank. So I made one out of some planks and one andesite shaft. And well, now I had to figure out where and how to put it into place so it works. How about your farm just blew up?
Why?
And after finding a good spot and then tweaking it a bit, voila, we have a fully rotating water wheel that makes power on its own through water and wheeling. And while I was straining my last brain cells trying to convert that power into vertical gears, my wife finally managed to make the cheese from mushrooms, somehow, and made her first pizza, a worthy accomplishment. And not only that, but she even came down here to the Create workshop and helped me figure stuff out a bit. I can't figure this out. Am I, like, actually stupid? I might be, but, like, this that much? How do I transfer the energy up? How do I, with just...
This is just cogwheel, right? This is shaft. Could you give me one large cogwheel?
Like you can attach it to, like, here, yeah. Spin. Okay, I get it. Get milled, son. You figured it out better than I did. I had no idea what I'm doing. And here we go. I had my first fully automatic thingy made in Create. Well, okay, but since I was way too invested in Create all of a sudden, thanks to the dopamine rush from making a successfully spinny mechanism, I made a cogwheel thing. Whoa!
Oh.
That's what I said. I realized through some online guides that I do in fact need 2 more items to fully reject the weakness of my flesh for the certainty of steel. I need engineer's goggles to see, and wrench to wrench things. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Probably. Because for both of those things I need golden plates, and apparently anything flat is made by squishing it on a mechanical press, so that's my current goal. So first I made a depot to put my pre-squished items onto, and then crafted the press itself to squish the pre-squished items on the depot, and then connected it all instead of the mill to my impeccable machine. And yeah, it does squish indeed. This way I can actually make sheets of metal. All I need is some gold now. And why settle on a small and weak regular water wheel if you can make a huge one too? It's not really any faster or anything, but I'm guessing it does produce more energy in total. And while I was absolutely enamored with my new toys and logistical puzzles, my wife actually made me an appropriate hat.
I have a present for you.
It goes all spinny and stuff because I'm smart. So yeah, by the morning I managed to clean up the system a bit, and I am not even going to lie, I already love this mod. Water wheels transferring the power through the cogwheels right into a now automated press. A thing of beauty, really. But yeah, I'm not the only one busy. My wife already picked a spot and started a project of her own. And while she usually leaves building to me, she decided to try her luck at making an Italian-inspired restaurant just east of our house here. But I tinkered a tiny bit more and somehow managed to connect the mill to the power too, just in case she needs to make any flour and such. So I headed north to the huge caverns just about 400 blocks away from us. Here I focused mainly on mining anything that looked remotely golden. I probably won't need several stacks, but it is better to have a surplus than a surminus. And while I followed the golden lead, I did manage to somehow end up even further north, in the eroded Badlands biome, which apparently is pretty rare. I for one have never seen one, but I digress.
Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I've never seen something like this.
And while I was walking around looking for more, I spotted some huge pyres. Apparently those are called hoodoos, and this is a rather rare thing that I frankly have never seen before, not in Minecraft and not in real life. So, of course, my curiosity took over, and I went to investigate. After a moment of exploring, I managed to find a sandstone temple, a typical vanilla Minecraft thing. Sure, it isn't too unusual, since I remember those even back in the day when I played Minecraft more regularly.
Oh my god. Hello.
But upon closer investigation, I noticed that in the bottom there was no stone plate that usually makes a TNT boom boom trap explode. So I jumped down and started looting.
You want some bone meal?
Sure.
An
If you
enhancement.
can organize that.
Ooh, even more. Oh my god.
Don't have to sing for that though.
I blew up.
And yeah, while I was struggling back there in the Badlands, my wife managed to build some of her restaurant already. But I was destined to go back and take my items, and especially the precious gold which I need. Thankfully, it didn't take long to get back there, and not only that, but the items were nicely organized and waiting for me in a special dev container. And all would be good if I was any good at Minecraft.
And now I have to kind of get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
As long as you're coming back home, you're my Pokemon. You know that?
I know everything.
You don't know some stuff?
Like what?
Like, the fact that you're absolute freak of nature.
Of course I know that. It's the first thing I've ever known. I can hear you roaring in there. Stop.
Yeah, but I'm not roaring.
Not you.
Okay, so I did the walk of shame once again, and this time grabbed the items without actually dying to the most basic mobs. And after that, I started making my way home.
All I can say is my mama don't like you.
Ah!
And well, now that I have the Badlands gold, I was able to smash it on the press. And the next morning my wife exploded.
No! There was a stupid creeper. Did you just pick up all my XP?
But on the bright side, I was finally able to make the goggles and the wrench. And now, with the engineer's goggles on my face and a wrench in my hand, I can actually see that both the create machines and typical office workers run on the same thing, stress units. And the wrench, well, it flips things and stuff, so that's nice. So now I started looking into an upgrade. Brass. And I mean the metal. It will let me make much more crazy stuff, and it is necessary for my future plans. And for that I need not only a mixer, but also a source of heat. And for that I need a blaze inside a cage. I need to kidnap a blaze. And hey, my wife's building is slowly coming together too. Look at her go build stuff. And yeah, from the Chronicles of Farming, apparently a pig somehow managed to get into the sheep's pen.
They're gonna raise you like their own baby until I kill you for meat.
And apart from that, she also really wanted to show me something she crafted for her restaurant.
What do you have?
I'm gonna show you in the morning. Let's for now go to sleep. But this is so freaking exciting. I'm excited to sleep. Go fast. Exactly. I didn't do it yet, and I'm hoping it will work the way I want it to work. Oh, skeleton. Hi. You. Come here. Ah! Burn. Burn, you freak. Exactly. I'm gonna die. I literally died.
Oh!
Do you see this?
So yeah, she started making some cool new lights for the restaurant. And to be honest, she really went in depth with all the new craftable decorations. You will see. But I had different plans now. Since I need a mixer and a blaze, I need to prepare for going to the Nether. So I decided to dive deep into the caves. Goal being getting as many diamonds as possible for the Nether fortress raid. But of course I mined anything that was at least seemingly valuable too. I especially focused on redstone too, since I will need a bit of it for my future plans. And yeah, while I am stuck underground with Scary Ambient being my only friend, my other half had a slightly different experience.
White flowers, yuppie, let's go. That's what that's what I'm talking about.
Pick your flowers, woman.
You feel me?
I will
You feel me,
be
bro?
here in the mines, digging away.
I hope they're gonna be plantable.
Don't even listen to me.
Onion. I got onion. I didn't have onion actually. Now I have onions.
And after what felt like an eternity, I did also find some diamonds here and there. So now that I had some stuff on me, my only objective was not to die.
Oh my god, I had to eat a golden apple. I almost died on normal Minecraft, dude.
You wanna cozy one as well?
And after I had more or less enough stuff, I dug myself out. I think this should suffice for now, so I made my way home. And hey, my wife's first building project pretty much ever is almost finished. And honestly, she did amazing. She built a 3-story building with a little vineyard in front. On the first floor, some guest tables with chairs and lights and everything. Little bar/kitchen area, and even a more family-centric second floor with bigger tables. And the rooftop is only for the VIPs. Okay, but after that I had to spend some time sorting through the items that I brought from the cave adventures. And that's when...
Ah, no!
That was close. Oh my god.
Oh, my heart dropped.
That could have been really bad in this particular
chest room.
Yeah.
Yeah, a creeper explosion in a storage room would be pretty freaking bad. Good thing I have reflexes of steel and quick nerves. Okay, but after all that I had to focus on making another portal. So I went out into the wilds to find some lava, and then struggled a bit with how to make obsidian. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played Minecraft.
Obsidian, is it lava to water or water to lava?
Water to lava.
Never mind, you were right.
Yeah, obviously. Weirdo.
But after I finally managed to get it, I now had to choose a spot for the portal. And I don't usually build them right next to my house, since I find the portal sounds a bit distracting. So I decided to pick a different spot. And the local terracotta cave seemed like a good idea. So I started building and opened the portal.
Oh damn.
And here we go. So before going to hell, I decided to go and grab some supplies from my wife's restaurant.
I broke it.
Yeah, you can just eat it like that.
No, I broke it. It disappeared.
So she made me a cake instead. And you can apparently only pick those things up with a knife. But now, with some food on my hands, I decided to finally embrace the Nether and gather some netherrack for the blazes cages.
Okay, I need netherrack, just like the most basic netherrack. Oh my god, what is that? A hoglin? I would love not to die to a pig.
But as soon as I exit the portal, I got immediately jumped by hoglins. And to be fair, those guys were added quite a bit after I stopped playing Minecraft regularly.
Oh no. You did die to hoggling.
I did manage to grab some netherrack before my demise, though. So I came back and quickly picked my items back up. And at home I started making the cages, so I can actually go and imprison some of those blazes. The actual thing I needed the nether for. And my wife even made me some spaghetti for the road. We really are going into those Italian vibes, huh? Would be a shame if we swapped it into something else at the last moment. And since I wanted to make sure the Hoglin situation is not going to happen twice, I made myself a full diamond armor too. And now, after being more than prepared, it was time to see if my Minecraft rustiness can outweigh all the food and armor I brought. And yeah, the last time I played Minecraft more seriously, the Nether looked a bit different than it does now. It was a bit more red. So I began my blaze search expedition. And of course I had to also grab anything that could come in remotely useful in the future, like quartz or some gold that I forcibly took from those piglins from the Minecraft movie. All while of course listening to my wife having a completely different Minecraft experience than me.
Apple, watermelon, cocoa beans. Apple, watermelon.
I'm not gonna lie, gathering glowstone feels like such a 2011 Minecraft. Something about gathering the glowstone and just being like, my base now have glowing rocks in it.
Makes you kind of like excited, weak in your knees.
What do you mean? I'm not that into glowstone.
Oh my god.
Not like that.
And after just about 3 full cooking recipes in, I finally spotted the fortress in the distance. And there, blazes.
Come on here, Blazy.
Man, is milk, sugar, cocoa beans.
I just picked him up like a little bit.
And of course I had to explore the fortress too, 50% because of loot and 50% because I was just wondering how much stuff has changed since last time I played in general. Granted, we are playing a modpack.
I'm gonna be honest, the Minecraft fortresses got a little bit of an update. God damn.
You're so excited about it.
Yeah, because it looks like crazy good.
Yeah.
Unless this is like, I mean, I guess it is from mods, more like.
Maybe.
Oh, you can open the gates. You can open the gates. Okay, it is from a mod because this is create. This is a hand crank from create. But this is so cool. You can open and close the gates of the Nether fortress. As of now, I am absolutely stuck in a Nether fortress. And I feel like this is a whole dungeon, so I'm just gonna complete it. There are like books here. You want some books?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I found some altar to some demon or something. Oh, no. I don't want to die. Oh my god.
And yeah, after all that I had 3 blazes locked up in my pocket, and a bunch of other useful things too. So I started making my way to the portal. Time to go home. And well, I guess my cave is too small to come back to, and I spawned in a completely different portal. Weird, but alright. And the following morning my wife was really excited to show me something she had learned while I was in the Nether. So we went to the storage room to grab all the things she needs. And then I proceeded to her restaurant. She wanted to show me how to make a pasta dish from complete scratch, including making our own dough and stuff.
Grab this mortar and grab this. And put in the crafting grid them together.
And you make flour like this.
Okay. I need water, 1 second. You're gonna make dough as well.
Yo, we have a grinder in the create mod. I can make mass produce flour. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Here, grab this. Again, put them next to each other in the grid.
Dough.
Yep, give it to me. Now put this dough in the mincer. Or you want me to do it?
I'm gonna do it.
And right click on it.
Oh, that is cool.
And it pooped out pasta.
Oh my god, that is kinda cool.
Yes. So I searched for a recipe for pasta, right?
Yeah.
Let's, for example, make pasta with mozzarella. We made the raw pasta, I have the egg, and then I have this weird kind of liquid here, right?
Pasta with mozzarella. Yeah, I see it.
So this weird liquid, if you click on it, there are like at the bottom, there are different substitutes for this. And one of them is noir wine. How do you make it, you might ask? First of all, you make empty wine bottle by combining 2 glass bottles. And we have wine bottles. Then you come here. You grab those berries. Come here. You put them here. Jump on it.
Really? No
Yep.
way. Yeah, I think it's fermenting. 5 minutes, yep.
Okay, while we're waiting for the wine, what else do we need for the pasta? We need mozzarella cheese. For that, we need a bucket of water and bucket of milk. I'm gonna just grab bucket of milk, pour both buckets into this crafting bowl. And now you can destroy the bowl, and you have mozzarella cheese.
What? Okay. Wine
And cheese.
and cheese.
And it's cooking now.
It is, yeah. It actually is.
And you have
Pasta with
4
mozzarella.
portions of pasta. Yep. And I took it.
Yeah, you took
There
it.
you go.
Give me. Oh my god.
And yeah, she has already started making the cellar for her wine collection. She really is playing a completely different version of Minecraft out here, huh? I did steal one of her wines though, and this one makes you jump higher. Well, I'm glad she's enjoying this modpack. A nice break from some more survival-centric games we've recently played together, and definitely less stress for her. But I am now returning to the create stuff. Since I've locked up the blazes already, now I had to make the mixer itself. It's all a bit chaotic, but yeah, we're still making the brass metal. And since I assumed it would take a bit of power to get the mixer working properly, I actually upgraded my wheel setup here, adding one additional large water wheel, just for safety. And while transferring the power exclusively through cogs was rather messy, I actually decided to invest into gearboxes. And those little I love those little boxes. They let me transfer the rotation of the shaft in a 90-degree angle and not take so much space while doing that. So now the whole thing looks a bit cleaner. Maybe not as flashy, but definitely easier to manage. And after that, I looked up how the mixer actually works, and apparently I also need a basin below it, so I made one. And after a moment or two of adjusting things accordingly, the mixer setup was ready. Even the little caged blaze below the basin seemed happy. Okay, but now I have to mix some copper and some andesite alloy to make brass. The metal, not... And while I had all the ingredients in the basin, something wasn't fully working. Copper and andesite alloy were in the thingy, but nothing was doing anything. And while I was trying to figure this stuff out, and why mixer is not mixing, I was getting restaurant-grade dinners brought to me on a minute-to-minute basis. So, can't complain. But ultimately, after a lot of trial and error, I put on the goggles yet again. And sure enough, the issue was with the mixer. Or rather, the speed of the mixer. The water wheels were not wheeling fast enough for the mixer to actually mix. So I started looking into ways to increase the rotation speed. But the only way I found was a contraption that needed the brass material in the first place. So that couldn't be it. I even made a smaller wheel, but that did not help either. It wasn't really any faster. And ultimately, I tried my secret technique I left for the last and very best moment, the hand crank. And yeah, apparently I can crank with my hand much faster than any machine can. So I left the honors to my wife to make the first batch of brass, as in the metal. And here we go, there we have it. But what is it exactly for? Well, it lets me make more advanced stuff, but more on that later. I still have plans yet to be revealed. So for now I started crafting all the necessary things, like those redstone receivers. But I also needed some more different stuff. like some chassis blocks or the harvester blocks. And for those I actually need a bit more iron. And yeah, I should probably watch out for the environmental hazards during my work too.
Ah, who planted those fucking sweet berries here?
Me. That was me. I'm here. That was me.
Huh?
That was me. Did you get scared of me?
No.
So after all that, I went back into the mountains to grab as much iron as possible. I need a bunch of those harvesters after all, so I kind of spent here quite a bit. And well, after I had enough iron, I crafted a bunch of those harvesters. And when I was walking around and sorting things, my wife actually gave me a present. Since going to and from the mountain range biome takes a moment, she crafted me a glider, so coming down from the mountaintops is at least a bit easier. But not only that, she also made a whole farmer's outfit for herself too. And apparently the full set gives you the ability to have infinite amount of bone meal. Or at least in theory, since it does deteriorate the set itself.
Gets used up. The armor gets used up.
Well, since I had all the blocks necessary to start, I finally started searching for the place for my personal create magnum opus. The idea was to build a fully automatic farm that my wife can use right next to her restaurant. So I started clearing the place from all the unnecessary wild plants and grass to prepare for building. And then I had to figure out the basics of Minecraft once again.
How many blocks does this one water source provide? Water to.
Huh?
How many blocks does one water source provide to blocks? How much water?
Huh?
How much wood would... How much water? One,
Huh?
two. How much if I put water...
Here?
Yeah? How much
Huh?
How much water? How much water?
I don't know.
And after that I built a dirt platform. It's going to be the tillable area where the automatic farm will actually perform the automatic farming. It has to be one block up, since it's going to be easier that way, and also because I say so. And while I was trying to get some more dirt from our dirt deposits, this happened.
Oh my god, what did I do?
Apparently, the gliders can go full Assassin's Creed too. Hot air from the fire actually pushes them up. But I guess we had a bit too much fun with it, since I got punished by the forces of nature quite quickly.
You're flying.
Something's happening to me. Did you see that?
Yeah. You got hit by lightning.
I lost it. I don't have it.
Unfortunately, the glider was fried. I got struck by lightning for flying too close to the heavens. It was inevitable, and no amount of foresight would have prevented it. My wife did try to convince me to grab the replacement, a parachute, but it was not the same. So, she also tried to make my day a bit better by showing me her beautiful oak garden on a hill. A truly beautiful sight to behold.
You just planted oaks like this around.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go back to work, tilling the huge dirt platform to finally turn it into something useful. And well, after that I had a huge pile of dirt that can be potentially supporting life. And that was enough for me. And yeah, my wife had a bit of a different plan for the future.
I'm gonna destroy entire population of cows in our area. And I'm gonna be the superior cow owner.
Superior cow.
Yes, and whenever someone will need milk, they're gonna have to come to me and buy it from me. I'm monopolist.
It's like this game. Just forgot how it's called though.
Dungeons of Dragons?
Yeah,
Or Fortnite.
one of those.
She's becoming dangerous. Well, at least she did help me plant all those different crops she needs in the soil here after all. And after all that, I dug a little trench here on the left. This is where the gun tree will go, moving my little automatic gathering machine back and forth. And on top of it, I put the gun tree carriage, the actual block that will do the heavy lifting. Literally. To it, I attached the chassis blocks, enough to cover the entire width of the farm. And to them, the harvester blocks, which will harvest. And at the very end, a little chest for storage. This is where all the items will go. But then I spotted a problem I did not know about beforehand. Apparently, to connect some of those blocks into a mechanism, I need some glue. which is only made from slime balls, and I haven't seen a single slime ball ever. And while I was panicking and already getting ready for a whole new adventure in search of those green mud my wife actually remained calm and collected, and quickly realized that slime balls are actually craftable in this modpack. Slime ball can be made from dough and lime dye, yeah?
Lime dye can be made from green dye and white dye.
Okay, and lime dye can be made from green and white dye. And green dye can be made through milling, by the way, from any flour almost, I think. And all that thanks to the green dye you can get from milling some flowers. So, crisis averted. Slime balls are here. So I flattened some iron and crafted the glue no problem. So I started building what are essentially stations now, using the redstone connectors, which will transfer a redstone signal by touching tips. So I put them on both sides of the carriage and one on each side of the farm, so that the signal always know where the farm carriage is. After that I connected the parts that are supposed to move together using the glue. And after that, on each end I put a redstone link and a gearbox. The sides have to be basically mirrored, otherwise the farm won't work. Then on both sides I put a powered toggle latch. It's important that it's the toggled one. And then another pair of redstone links, but this time connected to the blocks next to the toggle latches. And after that I put redwood in all those redstone links. That's the frequency, so they are all connected on the same one. And after that I swapped both of the bottom redstone links into a receiver mode. Otherwise the carriage is not going to bounce between the stations. And now I just had to power it all up with some water wheels. And the carriage is moving and automatically gathering and replanting crops, and it can go on like this forever, or at least until I break something. And the best part is, it does go back and forth. While I did follow a couple of tutorials and guides online, I did have to do a lot of figuring out on my own to get it to work. So I'm extremely proud that after something like 5 hours of creating total, I was able to build this and know how and why it works. Absolutely addicting. So I had to show my wife too. Look at this. It's going to turn around on its own. Yeah. It's crazy. Look at the chest. Look how much stuff we already have.
It leaves the thingy there?
And yeah, she wasn't slacking either. While I was making the automatic farm, she made some breads. And I mean like actual placeable breads. And apparently she also needs one more thing that she was trying to make for a while now. An entire cheese wheel from milk and some fruits. And to accomplish that goal, she needs the mixer. She put all the ingredients into the basin of the mixer and, well, despite the particle effects, it didn't work. That mixer is way less reliable than I would like it to be. We've got another problem on our hands. But this time it wasn't really an issue with the mixer's speed, but rather with the milk. Apparently, pouring a bucket of milk won't do it for the recipe, and we had to start looking into liquid mechanics of Create to transport the milk in a different way. And yeah, there is a lot. So my wife crafted a drainer, a block where she can deposit the bucket milk and turn it into a non-bucket milk. And after that, all we had to do is figure out how to transport the liquid non-bucket milk into the basin. So my wife smashed some copper on the press. It's very slow because we have only water wheels and they are not very super fast.
It's okay, you don't have to excuse yourself.
It's a very good system, okay? And crafted a pump, and since it's clearly powered by gear rotation, I let her figure out how to transfer the energy from the water wheels on her own. You need to transfer the cogwheel energy from the... I think, at least? I don't know how to explain it. This is just my learning kind of area, where I was trying to figure out how to transfer energy and everything, so if you need anything from here, just grab it, you know?
I'm just gonna put a gearbox like here maybe, and from there just goes shaft to here, so I'm not gonna destroy anything.
Wrench and the thingy. And
what
the
is it for?
goggles. Wrench lets you pick up items without destroying them. And then another gearbox here, I guess.
Yeah, so it can go like here.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yep, it's filling up.
That's crazy.
I made it.
And after all that worked out perfectly, the cheese was ready. So we quickly went to the restaurant to cut it into pieces. And now, combining it with the breads, we can cook grilled cheese sandwiches on the fire. Absolutely amazing.
It's my first create grilled cheese. Let's eat.
I can't, I'm not hungry.
I am.
Wait, I'm gonna jump around. Crazy.
That's so nice.
And the next morning we decided to go and finally do some mining together, since so far I've been doing it mostly solo. So we crafted a bunch of hammers. I wanted to see how much more efficient they are compared to regular pickaxes when it comes to just straight up mining. And after that we went down into the caves below the mountain biome. And yeah, for regular mining, having a bunch of iron hammers was actually extremely efficient.
This is so nice. The hammer.
Hammer?
Oh my god.
It's so much better.
We decided to grab pretty much every ore we saw. I still had some plans for the create contraptions I wanted to build, so copper, andesite and all that stuff would definitely come in handy. But I also made sure to collect dripstone whenever possible. I wanted to build a lava generator so I could feed the cage blaze indefinitely. After clearing out a bunch of regular caves, we decided to try some diamond level strip mining. And I'll be honest, I expected the hammers to be better than pickaxes here. I did not expect them to be this efficient. We were carving out massive tunnels with absolute ease, grabbing every diamond we came across and leaving behind nothing but huge empty hallways. At some point we even upgraded to diamond hammers, which were somehow even more cost efficient. Well, after we'd gone far enough, we turned back, ended up right underneath her house, and just dug straight up, leaving behind one massive 3x3 hole as a reminder. Now, usually my wife leaves mining to me. She prefers the farming and cooking side of Minecraft and games like this. But this was actually fun. Just spending time in the mines, you know. With all the new ores we brought back, my wife crafted some upgraded chests for the storage room. Iron and gold chests are way more spacious, so yeah, that was a solid upgrade. But I had a different job to do now. I decided to build a lava generator right next to the automatic farm, just east of our house. Nothing too fancy, and to be honest, I had never actually built a dripstone lava generator before. So yeah, I am years late to the party. I built a 2-story room carved into the mountain. At the top, a lava pool. Below it, a chamber filled with cauldrons and dripstone. Lava above, dripstone dripping, cauldrons filling, blaze happily consuming lava despite being imprisoned for treason. Of course, I couldn't leave it completely bare bones, so I added some details. Copper pipes, little bits of decoration. I was going for an ancient civilization vibe. I guess my brain automatically defaults to Dwemer architecture from Skyrim whenever I built anything inside a mountain, but I digress. Now I just had to transport the lava, bucket by bucket. Thankfully there was a natural lava lake nearby, so I just kept stealing from it over and over again, gliding back home each time. And while I was busy committing lava theft, my wife started expanding her winemaking operation. The restaurant got upgrades too. More food on the tables, that you can actually eat. The food, not the tables. And after a while I placed the final bucket. The lava generator was complete, and my cage blaze could now live a happy life, especially since my wife had started using my create contraptions daily to help with her cooking. As usual, while she focused on mixing and preparing dishes, I wanted to build something more advanced, something to improve the automatic farm even further. And for that I needed something called a precision mechanism. And this is where create starts getting a bit more complicated. To craft it, you need a semi-automatic production line where ingredients are inserted step by step into the item that is being assembled, which meant I needed deployers. To craft those, I needed a little pink bulb. To make that bulb, I needed sanded rose quartz. Sanding wasn't a problem, sandpaper is literally just sand and paper, but I had no idea where to find rose quartz itself, so I prepared for a long journey. My wife and me headed into the caves, fully ready to dedicate hours of our lives to find something vaguely pink and shiny. I was prepared to suffer, but then...
I jump and it's gonna be safe?
If you aim it properly, yeah.
Safely. Not very fast, but very
To
safe.
be honest, it's kind of fast.
Hey.
Okay, let's look for rose quartz. So we can polish it with paper plus sand. And we need the one that is like red, almost.
You can craft rose quartz from nether quartz and redstone.
Ah. I knew that. And okay, so we can go up now?
Yeah, it's craftable. You just craft it. Pink quartz. So naturally, I crafted it, like I totally knew you could. Sanded it, and there it was. Polished rose quartz. Around the same time, my wife went on her own little adventure, determined to make the best wine in the world. She decided to search for a cherry biome. She's gonna be making like cherry wines and stuff. Meanwhile, I was still flattening metals on a press. Boink boink. Eventually, I crafted the brass hand, the deployer attachment that mimics player interaction. It can basically do anything, and it really made me realize how much more there is to create than I understand. Then my wife returned, and immediately started planting cherry trees everywhere, which completely flipped the vibe of our base. But more on that later. The next morning I had a different mission. Find kelp, dry it, and turn it into belts. Without belts there is no assembly line. So I went on a full-blown adventure yet again.
And what is this? Loot chest.
Sunglasses.
And I almost blew up.
Just to finally reach an ocean biome where kelp actually spawns. It took way longer than I'd like to admit. When I got back, my wife had already begun transforming the base, starting with a Japanese-inspired bridge over our pond. Meanwhile, I had a lot of kelp to dry, which I then turned into belts. They work pretty much exactly like in Factorio, just in 3D. Above the assembly line, I placed 3 deployers, each responsible for adding a specific ingredient in order. There was definitely a learning curve here.
How do I place blocks? How do I put things into the deployer?
I'm not the sharpest cookie, so I relied heavily on in-game manuals and online guides. But eventually I got it moving. You just place the ingredients into the little mechanical hands in the correct order and it kinda works. Since this was the most advanced thing I've built so far, I called my wife over to witness the glory.
Incomplete precision mechanism? Why is it incomplete?
15?
What?
5 times you have to repeat. You have to repeat 5 times, it said.
Really?
Turns out you actually have to run the item through the assembly line a couple of times before it's finished, but at least we had fun watching it loop over and over again.
And this should be it, I think.
Precision mechanism.
First precision mechanism we've ever made.
With the precision mechanism finally crafted, we could now build a rotation speed controller, a block that lets you control rotational speed however you want. But before that, we decided to fully redesign the base. I started with the bridge, since my wife handed that project over to me. She had more important things to do, like expanding her wine cellar into a full VIP wine area. So I made mud by combining dirt and water, turned it into colored mud bricks, and used those to build Japanese-inspired roof blocks, because of course this modpack includes those. I tried not to look up references. No guides, no tutorials, just pure imagination of mine. It's not the prettiest build in the world, but it conveys the idea. The idea of it being a Japanese bridge over a pond. After that, I focused on smaller details. Pathways, cherry trees everywhere, benches, fences very important. I even extended the roof of our house slightly to lean more into that Japanese vibe, while still somehow remaining pretty much Italian. And after a while, the place felt pretty cozy. We are not professional builders by any means, but honestly, it just looks pretty nice. And the falling cherry leaves add so much to the atmosphere too. Meanwhile, my wife was still deep in her restaurant cellar, so she gave me a little tour. She really stepped out of her comfort zone and tried building, and I am genuinely proud of her. I still remember my first Minecraft builds, and they mostly consisted of dirt. Her little cellar is cozy, filled with wine and food for anyone who wants to visit. And the next few days were just that. Building, messing around, adding a torii gate to finish the look.
Let's swim. You like swimming, don't you? Let's swim. Let's enjoy some nice morning water here. Yep. Come here. Exactly.
I just want a little... Ow. You're not helping, you came here to troll me.
Have hoe. Hoe for hoe.
What does that even mean?
I'm scared. Come here. I asked you if you need slow falling. What?
Wait, you haven't seen it?
No.
You haven't been to the lava farm even once? You can basically just take...
Is it hot?
It's lava.
They're the same amount.
I honestly don't know how mushrooms work anymore.
I think one grew over time. Don't break it!
I didn't break it.
Why are you putting it back now?
It was here all the time.
And all of that until day 100. Even though the time was technically up, I decided to quickly test the rotation speed controller, just to see how fast the farm could go. I watched a few in-game guides, rebuilt parts of the system to account for the new block. The water wheel had to be repositioned so power would transfer correctly, but at least now it's connected to the controller. Then it was just a matter of hooking everything up and adjusting the speed. And yeah, the farm is now the fastest thing in the world, just like my upload schedule. But that's where our time in this world comes to an end. We had a great time in Homestead Modpack, and I definitely recommend trying it out for yourselves. There's so much more content we didn't even touch. This video was mostly us just messing around. It was originally meant to be a private gameplay. But I am really glad I did record it, because slowing down matters. Sometimes taking it easy, putting zero pressure on yourself and just enjoying the game is exactly what you need. And that's what we did. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.